In 2023, if you've noticed from TikTok videos, from Reels, from social media, there's a lot of DIY projects, there's a lot of new handmade products, there's a lot of small businesses coming up, and there's already existing market for this in the craft industry, And if you have the opportunity, you could outsource supplies for all these businesses, for this market, this kind of market. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you watched my first video, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, for the people who subscribed. And if you're here again, really thank you very much. My name is Shamim if you're watching for the first time, and in this video I'm going to share with you side hustles you can start in 2023, side hustles that could potentially become businesses. And I know these side hustles, I know these ideas through my own research while I was doing my research about my jewelry business, Mimo Jewelry. By the way, you can go check it out on Instagram. So without saying too much, I'm going to just get straight to the point. I noticed there's so much money to be made in the craft industry with the new DIY projects. If you're on social media, you know there's new DIY projects. There's so many upcoming small businesses. There's already existing market for this idea, for these supplies. And the challenge with craft supplies is that most of them are not readily available in Africa, or maybe personally in Uganda, in Kampala. I've had to ship most of my things, and the ones that I was able to get around were not the quality that I wanted. So you'd rather go through the hustle and ship and bring them here so you get what you want. So this is where the opportunity is. Pick a niche, find something that people are doing a lot, and then start selling these supplies. They move so quickly. You'll be amazed at how many people are trying to do a lot of artistic work and creative work and trying to make handmade goods.
So guys, this right here, this one, I've actually thought about it myself, and I'm like, this is an opportunity like to expand.
My second idea is starting an artisanal food business. What does that mean? This is food being made by hand in small batches, and it's geared towards preserving traditional methods and techniques. For example, I'm going to use the simplest example. The street food that we buy on a night out, or just really on a regular day after work and everything. Those guys come out every day and sell that food very cheaply because they make a profit, right? So you can get that just get the same idea and make it your own. Be creative, put your own mind and your own vision into it. Make your own recipes. You can tell the people where you get your ingredients. Make really, really nice food. You can always count on people to eat, guys. People will eat no matter the day, no matter the time, no matter the hour. Someone is ready to eat. So I really think this is a good idea, and it has potential to like expand and become like a main hustle, you know. My third idea is paper making and paper crafts. Here we have a few examples of paper making and paper crafts. We have paper marbling, origami, paper making, cast paper, decoupage, paper cutting, iris folding, paper embossing and debossing, book binding, quilling, paper mash, parchment crafts, paper model, and calligraphy. What really stood out for me here was the paper marbling, the origami, the paper embossing, and calligraphy and the quilling. You can use your time to search for other. And then I've put some images of what these are. The paper marbling, as you can see, is really, really beautiful. You can use this for interior design and for a couple of other things, book binding and photo frames. Then we have the quilling in the middle, that it can be used for decorative arts in parties, both children and adults. Then we have the paper embossing that has two kinds. There is when the images are recessed, that meaning they are like inside at the paper, and then there's when the images are on top of the paper. So I didn't add a paper of origami, but I'm sure you've seen origami paper designs somewhere. And then of course I had to give you guys a few examples of what you can use these crafts for. And this is just not it. There's a couple of other things you could do with it. Imagine what you could do after you've gotten used to the products and the materials and what you can do with them. The market coverage for the paper idea. Like, you have small businesses, you have kids parties, you have weddings, you have adult parties, you have corporate and private businesses, you have advertising and marketing agencies. Yeah, you can also opt to use recyclable products, because so many businesses, small and large and private, are opting for recyclable products because it's sustainable and they can be expensive, but it's good for the environment and they are reusable. So my last and final idea is the woodcraft business. And I feel this woodcraft business is not being used to like the maximum, to like total creativity, because if you go around, woodcraft is happening, but people are making beds, people are making chairs, people are making tables. That is all they are making. And even the beds and the chairs they are making, they all look the same. Like, people are not creative anymore. So I really think this is something that you can do. Try focus on the smaller items, the smaller things. For example, plates, or maybe like cup holders, or maybe like household items, but the smaller ones, or maybe like, let's say, coasters, or you can make pet homes, but like the small pet homes that for people who keep their pets in the house. Focus on the small things and leave the big things, leave the beds, leave the chairs, because everyone is doing that, So I promised to show you guys where the facts and like where I'm getting all this information from. So as you can see here, we have craft supplies, a craft tool, the tools used for creating crafts, the key drivers and opportunities of the craft supply market. Craft activity helps develop agility and dexterity among children. Institutions such as schools and classes are focusing on extracurricular activities such as art and crafts, which include activities such as holding a paintbrush and others. The DIY trend, self-isolation due to COVID-19, increasing home-based. Okay. The COVID-19 pandemic has affected the market, due to stoppage and unavailability of raw materials. Asia Pacific to hold major share of the craft supplies market. That's why I was saying Africa has the list of these supplies. We're like at the bottom of the list everywhere. So that's why I see there's opportunity for it. And then you can see here craft supplies market by end user. There's individuals, professionals, institutions like art and craft colleges, schools, and others. Then you can see here at the end craft supplies by markets. African Middle East is all the way down here. And then I tapped on another link. The information is almost the same. Global handicrafts market share, size, trends, growth, product. The global handicrafts market stood at a value of US dollars 704.7 billion in 2022, and it's expected to go up between the period of 2023 to 2028 to 1,376.12 billion. On the basis of the product types, the woodware segment accounted for the largest market in the total global handicrafts market in 2020, as they are usually used in manufacturing of kitchenware, decorative materials, toys, among others. Since mass retail distributes a wide variety of handicraft products at an affordable price, they are thus expected to retain their dominance in the forecast period. This is why I was saying, if the small businesses and the individuals and professionals are making money out of it, imagine what the suppliers are making and the distributors. Tons of money. So here they just explain what handicrafts are, prepared using simple tools instead of machines, and they require considerable hand-eye coordination along with intense concentration. They represent culture, tradition of the country or religion. Each handcraft product is unique, and today you'll notice people are more interested in handcraft goods because people want unique things. People are tired of commercial things that are made in industries because they look the same and everywhere. So the rest I just really scrolled through. That's pretty much it, you guys. We've talked about woodcraft, we've talked about paper crafts and paper making, we've talked about artisanal foods, and finally we have talked about opening up a craft supply
store, which above all is the biggest jackpot, guys. Biggest jackpot. You could make tons of money there. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope these ideas sounded good and doable to you, because I believe they're very much doable. And there's a couple of other ideas. I just picked a few out of them. And if you liked this video, you can comment, you can let me know. I can talk about a few more ideas. I can find the research for you. I can point out, I can highlight what you need to know so that you can get your research going. Yeah, so just let me know. And I always tell myself that there's something that I can do with my hands. Let me first go back. There's a lot of unemployment in the youth, guys. People are struggling to get jobs, and even the jobs that are there, the money is very little. So instead of sitting at home, I always tell myself, surely there is something that I can do with my hands. Even if you don't know what to do, you can teach yourself how to use your hands to make something. That's how I got into this craft thing in the very first place. So guys, get your hands working. Let your hands work for you. Let your hands make you money. Let your hands be busy, guys.